Welcome to today's video on the application of optical fiber in telecommunication and broadcasting. My team and I will be guiding you through this important topic. In this segment, we will explore the application of optical fiber in telecommunication and broadcasting and how it plays an important role in today's fast-growing world, providing a fast and stable communication.
Optical fiber or fiber optic refer to the technology that transmits information as the light pulse along a thin, flexible strand of the glass or plastic. It is designed to transmit data using a light signal. Yes, lights. That's why it's incredible, fast and efficient. Fiber optic commonly used in telecommunication and networking because it allows for the high-speed data transmission with a minimal signal. How does the fiber optic actually work? Do you have any idea? Fiber optic works by sending light made up of the tiny particle called as the photon to a center core which is surrounded by a layer called the cladding and a plastic coating. The core and the cladding has a different refractive indices, which causes the light to reflect internally within the core. This process is known as the total internal reflection. Based on this principle, the light signal remains trapped inside the fiber and can travel a long distance without weakening significantly. The signal that goes in at the one end can still be strong even it comes out at the other end, even after going through many kilometers of the cable. Two main types of the optical fiber cable is used for the different purpose. The first one is the single mode fiber. This type has a very thin core and transmits a light in a single path. It is used for a long distance communication like undersea cable and internet backbone. The next one, we have the multi-mode fiber. This has a very thicker core and allows a multiple light path. It's best for the shorter distance like within a building and campuses. Now, let's do a quick comparison between the fiber optic cable versus the old copper cable. The fiber optic transmits data at the speed of the light, which is super fast, but copper is much slower, limited by the electrical signal. The next one, for the bandwidth. Fiber optic supports a huge amount of the data, but copper has a limited bandwidth and can get overloaded. For the distance, fiber optic can send a signal over kilometers without losing any quality, but copper weakens quickly and needs more booster. For the interference, fiber optic is immune to the electromagnetic interference, but copper is susceptible to the EMI, causing a noise and data loss.
Now, let's begin with a simple understanding of what telecommunication is. Telecommunication is the transmission of information such as voice, text, images, or data from one place to another using technology. These include phone calls, internet, radio, television, and even messaging apps like WhatsApp or Telegram. For this transmission to happen, we need something called media. Not media as in news, but media as in the pathway or channel through which information travels. There are two types, wired media like copper and fiber optic cables, and wireless media like radio waves or satellite signals. Among all of these, optical fiber is now one of the most widely used and most efficient technologies for telecommunication. So, what is optical fiber? As previous presenter has mentioned, optical fiber is a thin, flexible strand of glass or plastic that transmits data as light signals. Specifically in telecommunications, it works based on the principle of total internal reflection, which allows the light to bounce within the fiber and travel long distances without much signal loss. Compared to older copper wires, optical fiber can carry much more data, much faster, and over longer distances with less interference. That is why it plays such a big role in modern communication systems. The first major application of optical fiber is in providing high-speed internet access at homes and buildings. In Malaysia, services like Unified Fiber, Time Internet, and Maxis Fiber use fiber optic cables to deliver ultra-fast internet directly to customers. This is often called as fiber to the home or FTTH. Because the data travels as light, the connection is not only faster but also more stable, allowing people to stream movies, attend online classes, play games, and use smart home devices without lag or buffering. The second important application is in international communication through something called submarine fiber optic cables. These are long cables laid under the sea connecting different countries and continents. They carry massive amounts of data across oceans, enabling international phone calls, internet access, and even global banking systems. For example, if we send a message to someone in the UK or Japan, that data may travel through one of these underwater cables like the Asia-America Gateway or CME-V5, which is Southeast Asia, Middle East, Western Europe 5. This is how countries stay digitally connected. Without optical fiber, international internet would be much slower and more expensive. The third application is in mobile networks, especially for 4G and 5G services. When we use mobile data on our phones, we connect to the nearest mobile tower, but that tower still needs to be connected to the main internet system, and that's where optical fiber comes in. It acts as the backhaul line carrying data from the tower to the core network. This allows for fast and smooth mobile internet. In 5G networks, this is even more important because they require high speed and very low latency. Without optical fiber supporting the towers, 5G wouldn't be possible.
Hello, before I explain more about the application of optical fiber in broadcast, let's look at more details about broadcast. Essentially, broadcasting is about sending information and data to a wide audience simultaneously. This allows us to share a message, news, and various forms of media with many people. For example, when we watch a live event and watch the news on TV. For the most famous and common broadcast media example is television. It offers visualized content with motion and audio signal. Second, radio is another type of broadcast media. This technology allows business and brand to send information to a specific group of people in the form of audio. And the third is a live streaming. Okay, live streaming is an advanced form of internet broadcasting media. And this streaming is a technique of transmitting data over the internet in real time. Now, let's get to the advantage of optical fiber. Okay, why is optical fiber so important for broadcasting? First, optical fiber is high bandwidth. It means optical fiber can carry a huge amount of information at once. Second, optical fiber also is important for long distance transmission. Okay, this fiber can send signal over very long distance without losing strength or quality. And this fiber also do not need many extra devices to boost the signal along the way. And the last is about optical fiber also is lightweight. Fiber optic cables are much thinner and lighter than all copper cables. Okay, so this characteristic make it the optical fiber more easier to install, especially in big studio. So there are a few applications of optical fiber in broadcast. First, for live video transmission, optical fiber send video from camera to control rooms or B vents. This means we can see live events with perfect quality no matter where you are watching from. Okay, second, it handles audio signal transport, which is optical fiber ensure that all sound from microphone to commentary reach you clearly and without problems. Okay, last but not least, for internet and OTT, OTT means here over the top content delivery. Optical fiber is the core network that brings all your streaming service like Netflix and YouTube directly to your device, and it also giving a smooth viewing experience. To conclude our presentation, optical fiber is truly the fundamental backbone for both telecommunication and broadcast. It delivers massive bandwidth and great reliability for internet, cloud service, and 5G networks that you and I use every day. So in broadcasting specifically, fiber ensures that we can get high video quality for all live production and very efficient content distribution. So that's all from us. Thank you.